Well, welcome to the Energy Healing Lifestyle Journal Self-Care Challenge. My name is Robin Knott, and I am your host of the channel and the founder of the energyhealingschool.com. In this video, again, I'm going to walk you through my journaling process and share some real-life examples with you along the way. So today's journal prompt: as an empath, do you accept what is or get stuck in gunk? I don't know. Gunk seems to be a word. Just saying. So as always, mindset, right? Focusing on opening ourselves up for the Energy Healing Lifestyle Journal, as healing is a lifestyle, right? We have so many layers, so many life experiences, so much energy that we can clear and heal. Then self-care. As you know, self-care is now an acronym, right? And today's letter is the letter A in self-care. And the A stands for acceptance. So in self-care, we talk about acceptance in my signature system of Best You. It is the letter O, which stands for observer. So being in that observer mode, just kind of detaching from the gunk, really, right? The gunk of life. And then third eye chakra energy. Because the third eye is like, I want to say the seed to our soul, but kind of. It's about our intuition, that self-awareness, the inner knowing, being able to observe without getting pushed and pulled by all of that humanness, by our ego, right? It's more of the eyes of our soul, or of source, the source of unconditional love, again, instead of the humanness. So it gives us a completely different perspective. So then writing out the journal prompt for today. As an empath, do you accept what is or get stuck in gunk? Just go with whatever comes to mind, because it can depend, right? Sometimes it's just situational and that's okay. However, whatever comes to your mind in the moment that you're journaling is the part you're supposed to look at first. So what came up for me when I was journaling was that over time I've gotten better at accepting things as they are, knowing that it's not the final step. Meaning that just because I'm accepting something as it is in that moment doesn't mean that's it. It doesn't mean that it's just acceptance and we keep it and there's like a helplessness that comes with it. There's nothing I can do, nothing can change, da, da, da. No, not at all. Accepting it for what it is just that. It's just a step in the process. Then after that, I can then choose to keep it or let it go, kind of thing, or change it and let it go. So what else came in this process was the Serenity Prayer. Are you familiar with the Serenity Prayer? It's one of my favorites, to be honest. It's very short, but I'm going to say it if you don't mind, just in case you're not familiar. So whatever higher power you believe in, but the Serenity Prayer is, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There's more to it, but that's the most common first part of it that's said. So if you're familiar with like AA, Al-Anon, it's stated in there. That's how I learned it. But it's fitting for everyone, in my opinion, because it really does boil down to that, right? We don't have to. We can stay in resistance. We can fight these things over and over in humanness, right? But ideally, if we want to heal and move on and clear stuff out, we have to determine what is ours, first of all, what is ours to begin with, and is it something that we can change or not? I always use pens for my example. This is a blue pen, right? It is a blue pen. I don't have to like it. I don't have to use it. I don't have to keep it. But it's still a blue pen. I can't change the pen itself, right? I can't make this I mean, yeah, I could pop the ink out, I guess, and change the ink and the color, but then that's not necessarily the same pen, right? But that's kind of what I mean. As is, I can't change it as it is. However, accepting that this pen is blue, I can make a choice after that. I can decide to not use this blue pen and use this black pen instead, right? That realizing the extra steps helped me start to accept certain things as they are. Some things we just have to let go, right? Some things are bigger than what we can do right now by ourselves. And we can get into conversations about collective and collective energy and ripple effects and so forth. I don't disagree with that, but still we're separating the part of what is mine and what can I do? What is the role I can take? What is the effort I can make in this moment? And, allowing, accepting that that's going to be a ripple effect, which takes time versus what can be done right now. And then we're not the only one in the collective, right? We are a piece of the collective. Word choices. Yeah, I think you follow me though, right? But that, just being able to accept that and breaking that down and seeing all the different pieces to it, pieces to the puzzle, if you will. Check in my journal. Again, let me bring this in as well. As an empath, this was a 2-pager. Just saying, 2-pager in my journal today. That part as empaths, right? What is yours? Learning how to differentiate that, separating what isn't yours to take, what isn't your responsibility. Because how many of us want to jump in as a rescuer, right? The helper, the rescuer, the fixer, the people pleaser, whatever example you want to throw out there. But it's not ours to fix. It's not ours to take. It's not ours to control, or that's not ours to change, right? So accepting and being able to let that go, giving it back to who it belongs to, right? Stepping away from kind of staying in our own lane, so to speak. Excuse me. Empowering other people to take care of their own stuff instead of trying to take over it and control it for them, right? There's a difference in that. So having that mindset too, being able to detach from it, letting go of what isn't yours to take on, accepting that it's not yours to take, looking at what is, and being willing, if it's your choice, right? Being willing to make the changes needed if that's what we choose to do. And if we choose not to change anything, then accepting that we're choosing not to, right? Because not doing something is a choice too. So there's different pieces in it. There is different steps, but it helps to break it down and see the different steps instead of clumping it all together. And then it just kind of feels like chaos. And then it feels like there's that more resistance, and it feels like that I can't trap again. I can't accept that, right? Or that defeat. And it's not defeat. It's just breaking it down into putting, what's the word? Carp, carp, can't think of it, or I can't say it. Breaking it down into its different compartments. There's a word for that. I'm sure you just said it for me. I don't know. Let me check my journal again. Let's see what else. I'm just reading what I had said actually already about making the changes that I can make, moving through the resistance to change, releasing blame, shame, and guilt, because sometimes that gets us stuck in the gunk, right? So to lift ourselves out of the gunk, releasing blame, shame, and guilt, accepting things as it is in that moment. Sometimes we beat ourselves up too, right? Because we have those higher unrealistic expectations of ourselves. But that just leaves us stuck in gunk too. So having that acceptance that maybe I didn't do it as great as I wanted to, or maybe I made a really terrible decision, or maybe I didn't do whatever it may be, having that acceptance, it doesn't let me off the hook, so to speak. We still own our stuff, right? We still hold ourselves accountable, which means that we are then willing to make a change. We are willing to do something different from now forward, right? Because this moment is all we have control over. Control in air quotes, right? In this moment is all we have control over. But when we don't or can't accept something as it is in that moment, to be in that observer mode, right? Again, that's pulling ourselves up into that higher vibrational energy of our soul, the source of unconditional love, to be able to just see something as it is without judgment. We're just looking at it to make our next decision, right? So we're observing, we're looking at it, accepting it as it is, so then we can make our next decision. What are we doing with it? Is it not ours? Do we release it and let it go? Send it back to wherever it belongs? Is it ours? Now we decide to just keep it? Or is it ours and we decide how we're going to change it? Yeah? All these decisions. Okay, what else? This also comes back to boundaries, right? So I put boundaries plus protecting my energy equals staying in my own lane. So the Empathic Healers Masterclass, right, is all about boundaries and protecting your energy. So if you have not done that masterclass already, I of course encourage you to do so. I believe the link is in the description. If it's not, hit me up in the comment section. I will get that for you. It is free. What belongs to others and what no longer serves the highest good. So differentiating between those two, as we were talking about earlier, right? If it belongs to someone else, let go of it. It's not ours to grab onto. What no longer serves the highest includes our past. We're not in the past anymore, right? You're not the old you anymore. So whatever you might be holding on to from your past that creates more resistance that you use to beat yourself up with, those things, when you look at those, instead of looking at it for excuses to beat yourself up more and more and more and more, get in that observer mode to look at it, to accept that it is what it is, because you can't go back now and change it, right? That's not something you can do. But what you can do is allow yourself to release it, allow yourself to move forward from it. And of course, choosing to do better, right? For you, which makes it better for everyone else too. So the old version of me is allowed to heal and grow. Get present with. What did I write? Get present with and allow. Oh, the now you, that's not allow. Couldn't read my own writing. Goodness. Get present with the now you. That's what it said. I think that's good advice, don't you? I don't know. Do you guys free flow? You just start writing and then good things come in. Like the highest self talking to human self, right? It's like our soul, that source of unconditional love. You realize if you write source of unconditional love in the first letters of each of those four words spell soul. Just saying, acronyms are a thing. But really, the source of unconditional love, I love that. So talk a little bit more about third eye energy. When that energy is wonky, our technical term, as we know, we might experience headaches, blurred vision, sinus issues, depression, anxiety, confusion, fear, loneliness, feeling like we have a lack of purpose. So even think of like awakenings as symptoms. So wonky could also mean overactive, right? So do you ever really get like that pulsing feeling sensation in the third eye or in your brow? You know it's not sinuses. You know it's not a headache. It's not quite that. It's just like light pressure, not the same as sinuses. And it does this like pulsing. It's just a little overactive, right? Or you might notice your clairs are super heightened. Sometimes that energy gets overactive. Yeah, it's okay. It's just awareness. You can slow that down a little bit too, just by placing your hand over top of your third eye. So it does both. That energy helps. Doing this just helps to align that energy. If it's too slow, it can help it increase, help clear away some of those blockages. And if it's too fast and you want to slow it down a little bit, you can just set that intention and let your hand rest there, and the body knows what to do, right? Body knows how to heal itself. We just have to give it the support to do it and allow it to occur, not get in the way. So, homework, if you will, do that, what I just shared. Healing hands, basically, right? Solfeggio frequency also, because I love the solfeggio frequencies. And the one that resonates with the third eyebrow chakra is 852 hertz. Also, light for elemental healing. Light resonates with the brow chakra, the third eye chakra. Sun gazing. So do it carefully, of course. You don't want to hurt your eyes. But when the sun is going down or first coming up, if you can kind of gaze at the sun, if it's not too bright, don't hurt your eyes. Excuse me, I even like to close my eyes, because if you notice when you close your eyes and just put your face up to the sun, you can kind of see and definitely feel that light coming in, right? Doesn't even have to be through the eyes, because your whole body is here and can receive. But also visualization and imagining white. I like to use the white light, just pure white light surrounding me. Anything else, you guys? Let me know. Drop it in the comments. You are still invited, by the way, to join me on the Zoom live. There is a link in the description to my calendar where you can just go over there. It doesn't cost anything, a little bit of your time. If you sign up, I'll wait until 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as long as life isn't, being life. Shouldn't say it that way. If life isn't being wonky, I'll wait for it. We'll do this live at 8 o'clock. Otherwise, I may come on a little early, a little later. But yeah, if you want to sign up, I'll know. I'll be notified, and then I'll wait for you, and we'll get on at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and journal together. You can journal with me live. You can always go to theenergyhealingschool.com and you can find the masterclass, the 7-day chakra healing challenge. Both of those are free for you. There's a couple other challenges available to you. I'm finally starting to add little pieces, just little pieces so far, to the BU challenge, just to give you a little information about what it's for, what to expect. So breaking down some of those patterns that you can see to see if any of those resonate with you, and how we are going to break them. I'll be working on that a little bit more though, so get ready. However, if you're one of the first 50 and you use the coupon code, which is pre-launch, that word pre-launch, that is also listed right there for you in the description in case you forget, then you get that challenge at 50% off. The code is pre-launch just because it's literally in pre-launch mode right now, right? I have not yet launched it, so come join me on that. I think that's going to be pretty amazing, not going to lie. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow for Crown Chakra Energy. How did this week go by so fast? The Crown Chakra Energy, receiving unconditional love. So take good care of you as always. Thank you to everyone who's been commenting, by the way. Don't let me forget to say that and express my gratitude. Thank you for dropping in the comments your thoughts, where you're at in the journaling process, what you're enjoying. It's nice to see that. I appreciate you sharing. So continue. Let me know in the comments how you're doing in your journaling process. And journal with me live. Hop on the Zoom with me. It'll be fun. Have a wonderful day, evening, whatever time.